Welcome to Vision to Venture. I'm Eddie, and I'm here to uncover the realities of scaling and building a tech startup. Each week, I speak to leaders within the tech space with their insights and advice on how to found, fund, and frame a tech startup. So make sure to follow and subscribe to never miss an episode. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Vision to Venture. Today, I'm joined by Montaser Awal, Director of Research at IDNow. Montaser brings over 2 decades of experience in AI and machine learning, from neural network research to leading projects in identity verification and bias mitigation. Hello, Montaser. How are you doing today?
Hello, Eddie. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me today in this podcast.
Absolutely, absolute pleasure. Thank you for joining us today on the podcast. So just to begin with, I wanted to ask if you could give us a short summary of your journey into the field of AI and machine learning, starting from your early education to your current role as Director of Research at ID now.
Yeah, of course. So my journey started almost 20 years ago. I would say before the modern era of AI. So I have specialized in AI during my engineering studies to get graduated in 2005. Then I got the opportunity to pursue my graduate studies through a PhD that was focused more on machine learning and neural networks, and especially convolutional neural networks that are the basis of the latest advances in AI. The PhD itself was focused on the applications of handwriting recognition and also document analysis. So I defended my PhD in 2010. Afterwards, I held some postdoctoral positions in several research labs, always focusing on machine learning and its application to document analysis. I joined IDNow in 2015 as a research engineer at the beginning. Afterwards, I got to lead the research activities, research projects, starting from 2016. And at the beginning, I had a small team, and then the team got bigger and bigger, become a big team of 20 and something researchers and research engineers at the time. So doing research at ID now, mainly focusing this team on remote identity verification and document analysis.
Amazing. And what was it that inspired you to specialize in AI and pursue a career focused on technologies like neural networks, especially during a time when AI wasn't as mainstream as it was today?
Yes. So at that time, AI was really a big mystery. I would say, as you said, is not the mainstream technology at all
Hmm.
at that time. I always have a fascination about research, about science in general, and in somehow for me it seemed a bit natural to follow this direction, even if it was not at a trend at the time. Even my colleagues at the time in the engineering school, they saw this as a risky path to take at the time, where software engineering networks were really the more trendy specialties and to follow up. Yeah, I will not say that I have foreseen the potential of AI at that time, but it was clear that AI will be bringing something different to computer science in general, because in somehow it will bring the human intelligence in a scalable way. So, which brings us to AI, artificial intelligence. So, doing the human intelligence at a big scale was clear that it will be bringing really something new to computer science, and also make it an enabler to work in new activities or new applications in computer science that were not possible before. And identity verification is one of those examples that is at the core of IDNow solutions.
Yeah, and I feel like it is quite a big part of AI as well, isn't it? It's definitely like the type of security sector of AI and machine learning. I feel like that is definitely somewhere that has grown rapidly. but it's going to be so beneficial and so convenient to the world realistically, because it is such an important thing when it comes down to, you know, just everything to do with security and verification in all aspects. And it can be, that can obviously come down to anything into like sort of files and payments and whatnot. And so how would you say, how has the evolution of neural networks and deep learning impacted the work that you do today, especially considering your early research focuses on neural networks before the deep learning era?
I think there's one evolution that is sometimes not mentioned a lot, which is computing power,
Hmm.
because this progress in computing has enabled an evolution of neural networks from small networks, shallow, if we can say call them that way, neural networks, to a more deep, to a deeper neural networks, more complex, and that opened the door to new applications, and that led to the latest breakthroughs in machine learning and in AI in general, up to large language models that are doing the buzz today. So this evolution in particular in machine learning in particular and neural networks has changed a bit the nature of work we do indeed, and it shifted the focus from focusing on resolving the problem itself, design handcrafted solutions, handcrafted features and tailored applications for specific problems, more into designing neural networks that are adapted to this or that problem. And above all that, also the choice of data to resolve these problems that are then used to train the neural networks that we are building. So data is the central piece of this AI evolution, and it's clear. I mean, it's always the neural networks. What they learn is what they do. They cannot invent things. So depending on the data, depending on the quality of the data we use, the better the data is, the better the models that we are developing are as well. So the right data with adapted designs of neural networks lead to more accurate and adapted solutions to different kind of problems. So this allowed to tackle a new kind of problematics that were not possible before with the traditional solutions. Like, for example, object detection, NLP, so natural language processing, and above all, the generative models that are now very, very trendy.
Right. And so you've been involved in collaborative projects funded by Europe, such as the Soteria Digital Identity Research Project. Could you tell us a little bit more about this project and its implications for the future of digital identity verification?
Yeah, of course. So Soteria is a European project, a research project, which is led by IDNow. And it's focused on building a solution that is user-centric, citizen-centric, and also built by citizens for citizens. So in Europe, so we can help them to better protect their personal data. And currently, we are building a demonstrator in the pilot phase of the project that will show how a digital data wallet can be used by citizens to create their digital identity in a secure way, to protect their personal data, and also allow them to make access to online services using this digital identity and this digital data wallet. So the project was launched back in 21 in October.
Okay. Yeah.
And we are in the final pilot phase of it, and now it's being tested in 3 countries in Europe, including we are targeting 6,000 European citizens to be testing this pilot. So thanks to the Soteria project and the findings that we will get and the feedback from citizens from this pilot phase, from this testing phase, The objective is to improve security, privacy, and data protection in general for all European citizens in the digital economy in Europe, and yeah, pave the way for the trustworthy European digital environment.
So 6,000 people are currently testing this product and this
That's
project
yeah,
right
that's
now.
exactly yeah, that's the target, and they are split between Austria, Romania, and Spain.
Oh wow. And so when is there like a projection of when this is going to be going live for everyone in Europe? Or is it just depending on when these 6,000 people come back with their results?
No, yeah. So we are more on this testing phase at the moment, and
Hmm.
it's going this wide in Europe. It's more tied to the regulations and the European wallet as well that is going on
Yeah.
in parallel. So yeah, it's not yet clear on this perspective when such kind of tool could be used in Europe in general.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a very, very good project that obviously is something that's going to be essential for everyone worldwide, really. And it's good to know that obviously that there are what things like this that can come out of AI that are really going to be like super beneficial for people because I mean, this could be protection from loads, all sorts of like identity sort of crime, like related crimes and things like that. Just knowing that you've got this like part of AI that is going to be solid when it comes to protecting your data and just privacy protection and things like that. It's really crucial that you guys are building something like this. And so I know you obviously mentioned that it's going to go throughout Europe. Is there sort of plans to expand to Tyria worldwide eventually in the future?
Yeah, I think this is more complicated because yeah, any topic related to digital identity, data protection is more tied to regulations of this or that region in the world.
Right. Yeah.
But I would say the we are going there at one point. The objective is double. First of all, protecting people data, so citizens data, allow
Absolutely.
them to access online services in a secure way and forget using stop using this 100 passwords, 100 logins, and forgetting them all the time, using
Oh,
digital
that's me.
identity. Yeah, everyone. So using this
Yeah.
digital identity to access online services, but at the same time also protecting online providers so they know with whom they are dealing at the same time. So really
Yeah.
raising the trust in the digital environment in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So IDNow is known for its identity verification solutions. How does AI play a role in enhancing these solutions, and what are some of the unique challenges that you face in this domain?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, we have a big team of
Hmm.
researchers at IDNow, and in particular, we are focusing on AI that plays a crucial role in our solutions. Um, Many of our solutions are based, ma- at least partially based on AI applications and AI algorithms. And to give you an example, in 22, we were able to increase our automated solutions uh, sales with 52% compared to the previous year. And these solutions use deep learning technology to do document extraction, document information extraction, and document verification in
Hmm.
real time. So this can provide our customers more clarity with, let's say, real-time information to being sure that they have valid and authentic identity documents for their final clients. And of course, we have the possibility if the analysis is incomplete or if there is some doubts that a human can always, a fraud expert can always take over and confirm the verdict of the algorithms. So in general, AI is helping us to fight against fraud in general, online fraud, and most of the time, online fraud is related to financial crimes. So more and more companies are relying in this kind of solutions because they need to follow the process of know your customers,
Hmm.
which um, implies the verification of authenticity of the access and the identity of the people or the person who is trying to access this online service. So AI can help us and then help also our clients to automate this analysis and give accurate and quick results of the data and the transactions of these online services. And again, as I mentioned before, if ever there is any doubt, a human expert, a fraud expert can always take over and finalize that transaction if required. The main challenges that we see currently in this regard are more bias and deepfakes that are hitting AI. I mean, in general, not only IDNow, not only us, but
Yeah.
any AI application is more or less hit by these two main concerns.
And so bias in AI is a crucial issue. Could you just elaborate on your work in mitigating bias, particularly in the context of facial verification technologies?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so bias is really a big concern in AI applications, and sometimes it's related also to human bias. And the thing is to avoid this bias or discrimination of any user that is using solutions or applications that are based on AI. So at IDNow, as I mentioned, we leverage AI in our applications and solutions to do three main applications. So the capturing and analyzing of the identity documents, ensuring the compliance and the authenticity of these identity documents, and third of all, third is to verify that the document holder is the same person who is holding the identity document. So verifying the identity of the person. And this is done through facial verification. So verifying that the same person on the ID is the person who is uh, doing the online transaction.
Mhm.
So we have conducted some research at IDNow, and this research has revealed some demographic bias in facial verification algorithms. And this is mainly related to the underrepresentation of some ethnical groups in training data sets in general for AI applications. A manual analysis can always clarify this kind of situation where we have a doubt, and we can rectify the mistaken answer in some situations. But still, addressing this bias concern is a top priority for IDNow, because we want to ensure that we are providing fair tools to our clients, and they can really rely on these kind of tools and being sure that it can be trusted for this kind of applications. So to address this bias concern, we are working in a collaboration with 12 partners all across Europe, so from 11 European countries, within a European project as well, which is called Mammoth. So this project is funded by the European Research Executive Agency, and the goal of this project is really to study bias and to provide tools and toolkit for AI engineers, developers, researchers, data scientists, so they can better identify and mitigate bias in datasets and algorithms outputs as well. So in this project, we, with our partners, did some workshops and also some questionnaires to European citizens. And in particular, we interrogated underrepresented groups, so especially women, ethnic minorities, and we gathered some information that has revealed some fear, apprehensions from these groups to being discriminated by AI-based algorithms in general. So this shows that it's really important to address this bias in AI algorithms and ensure that algorithms are reliable before they are used. It's worth mentioning, I think, as well, that even if people or citizens are sometimes think that AI may be biased, but also they think that a trusted AI can help remove this kind of bias. So in somehow the same tool that we are feeding can also be helping us to improve applications, solutions, AI-based algorithms and reduce this bias as much as possible.
So it definitely sounds like you are really knuckling down on obviously trying to eradicate this issue then, which is obviously great to see. Um, but it definitely feels like it's a big one that does, I'm assuming, would take a lot of time and to get it really perfected then, right? That it seems like a lot of work goes into that side of things. Um, but I mean, I guess it's the same for most companies, isn't it? It's an
Exactly.
issue. Yeah, it's an
Exactly.
issue that just it's across the entirety of AI.
Exactly.
And it's not just in this specific area. But it sounds like you guys are doing a really, really good job in that area, which is great to hear. And so in your opinion, Montasa, what are the most pressing ethical considerations that AI researchers and practitioners need to address?
Yeah. Yeah. So artificial intelligence is continuing to evolving, as we I think we mentioned several times in this discussion.
Hmm.
And in particular, the biometrics technologies are getting better and better, more accurate, more reliable. And the latest generations of AI that use deep learning is providing I mean, they are providing good results at to the point that sometimes AI-based solution can maybe give results or answers at the same way of a human, or sometimes even better. And especially with the evolving of the capturing tools as well, we can today having a very accurate face recognition, for example, verification tools, even in difficult capturing conditions. At the same time, we are witnessing also a lot of progress in deep and generative models. So these models are also not only helping us to fight against fraud, but also they give tools to create more realistic attacks for documents, for identity documents, but also for biometric features. So we think that these technologies are the most suitable to fight against the attacks generated by AI. So let's say we are looking into fighting fire by fire. So AI tools are available for fraudsters, but these same AI tools are the key to fight against this kind of fraud. So AI will provide a very good opportunity to fight against this kind of fraud, financial crimes, online crimes. And for example, AI can allow to quickly extract information, let's say to signal if there's a fraud or someone is trying to fraud in several services using the same identity but with different information. So for example, here face verification can help us saying that, yeah, there's the same face several times with different information. Yeah, so maybe something is going wrong. But after all, there are issues like data privacy, human rights, dignity, algorithm bias that really are at the heart of all these AI discussions and AI developments. So as AI researchers, we need really to keep a look on these aspects and try to address them as much as possible in our developments, our discussions, our research overall.
And so you mentioned obviously generative AI and how you've been using some of the areas of Gen AI in your work, obviously with everything that you're doing in your particular projects. We can obviously go ahead and say that Gen AI is relatively new in the AI world, and it's evolved rapidly, and it's just caught sort of this bombshell that's just came out of nowhere and has just changed the face of AI, which is absolutely incredible. But with this, like Gen AI and obviously things like it, where they're so new, and with AI rapidly evolving and expanding, and all these different things coming out without any notice, it's just boom, here we go, here's something new, have fun using it. How do you stay informed about the latest advancements in AI and machine learning? And are there any like resources or communities that you
Yeah.
recommend for professionals looking to stay updated in the field?
Mhm. Yeah, indeed. As you mentioned, we think that generative models just popped out, but yeah, it has been, I think, continuous work since several years now.
Oh,
We have,
absolutely.
yeah, we have been following that also at the research team at IDNow. Uh, so at the research team, we believe in collaboration and knowledge sharing among the research community, among the scientific community. So what we do is we keep an eye on the workshops, scientific conferences, journals as well, and we whenever we have something that worth sharing with the community, we do it. So we will
Mm.
publish papers in different conferences in the field of computer vision, machine learning, document analysis. And yeah, the objective is to share our findings with the community, first of all, but more interestingly is to stay in touch also and stay informed about the cutting edge and latest improvement and breakthroughs in AI. So this is one, let's say, one way of doing it. And then, of course, following leading researchers, maybe I can mention Yann Lecan from Facebook, research organizations, research labs, and also industries through social media is also one another way of staying informed and stay in touch with the rapidly growing, evolving AI field. And yeah, we should not also forget webinars and podcasts. For example, I would say the AI podcast from NVIDIA, which is really interesting, and also blogs from OpenAI and DeepMind. I think they also really helpful and resourceful for everyone in the field. What I want to highlight after this is, yeah, there are a lot of resources out there for AI. I think if you look for AI on the web, you will find just millions and millions of answers.
Yeah.
The most important thing, in my opinion, is to rely only on trusted sources of AI. And yeah, we hear a lot of buzz about AI, a lot of information out there, maybe a lot of misinformation as well. So we need, as researchers, to be aware of the importance of using only trustful information and avoid malicious sources that are just riding on the wave of AI, because it's the buzz in these days.
I feel like there's a lot then. There's a lot of sort of different routes that you can go down to keep up with the latest trends and the latest technologies that come up in AI. And yes, you're right. Obviously, Gen AI, I feel like has been around for quite a lot some time, hasn't it? But it's just only recently I feel like it's really come to light for people to be like, this is something that is going to be huge. But but it just baffles me how fast things change in AI.
Yeah.
It's like you can't keep up. I can't keep up anyway. I would definitely speak for myself there. But just to wrap up this podcast, then, final question for you, Montessa. As a leader in AI research, what advice would you give to aspiring AI and machine learning professionals who are looking to make an impact in this field?
Yeah. So we are working on in a fast evolving field. So I think collaboration and responsibility are key in this field. So working together with other researchers, working with the community, and yeah, this, I think, as you mentioned, Gen AI is changing a lot of things now.
Mhm.
I think we are just at the beginning of a big revolution in the field of AI. The Gen AI is reshaping the way we are working, and it's changing also our way of understanding the human machine interaction as well. It has been evolving a lot, and now it's even evolving much faster. And overall, the role of technology in our day-to-day life is also moving and evolving a lot lately. Yeah, so the AI is making a lot of buzz in the last few years. I think as AI researchers, we need to be responsible above all, and to ensure that we are building really trustworthy tools and solutions, and also not only innovative solutions, but also trustworthy and fair tools that participate not only on the improving our day-to-day life, but also the progress of humanity as well.
Amazing. Well, there you have it. Thank you very much for joining me today on Vision to Venture, Montessa. It's been very interesting. And I wish you and everyone at IDNow the very best of luck with all your future endeavors. And also for Soteria, I really, really hope that that goes exceptionally well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that get kicked off and obviously go well throughout Europe, and keeping everyone safe out there from all those financial crimes and everything else that's similar. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. My pleasure as well. And yeah, thank you once again to having me in this podcast as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Vision to Venture. If you're listening, make sure to give us a 5-star review. And if you're watching, like and subscribe to listen to more inspiring stories from leaders in the tech space.